welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are going to be doing another 2 looks 1 palette video. So I am using my Jaclyn Hill palette. So this is the volume 2 by Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. If you are unfamiliar with this palette, it looks like this. It's a really warm palette that has a lot of these pretty purples, and then it goes to a lot of neutral colors. And I think I'm going to do one colorful look and one more of the neutral kind of looky with a little bit of splash of these sparkles that are in it because they're really pretty. So for today's video, I think I want to do, let's do the neutral look first, just because I don't really do neutral looks on this channel very often, and I'm kind of feeling like we're gonna play around with some of the neutral shades today because they are really pretty. So I've already primed my eyelids and I've already done my eyebrows off camera, so I just used the NYX Precision Brow Pencil in the shade, I think it's just brown. Yes, soft brown. So I just used my NYX Precision Brow Pencil, and then I used my Jeffree Star concealer just to put a white base down so that the eyeshadow pops a little bit more. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and we can get started. So let me know down in the comments below if you guys are a fan of this style of video, if you guys do like the 2 looks 1 palette kind of videos, because I'm having fun doing them, and this is actually the second one that I'm doing, so this will be the second 2 looks, I guess, that I do. I've only ever done one so far. If you haven't already seen that video, I'll link it up in the eye for you guys so you guys can go check it out. So we're gonna do a neutral kind of look with a pop of these really pretty kind of shimmer colors in here because this palette's really pretty. So I'm gonna start off by going into the color Perfectionist, and I'm going to put that all into my crease. So I really like the way that these shadows blend. They blend out really pretty, and they're really easy to use. So if you are a beginner to makeup similar to me, you might really like these shadows because they blend out really nicely and they are very easy to work with. So that's one of the reasons that I like Morphe, besides the fact that they are so inexpensive for how much shadows and different colors and how colorful their palettes are that you get. I really like Morphe. So that was the color Perfectionist, and now, this is why I don't usually do kind of neutral looks, because I don't really feel inspired to do neutral. Kind of want to play with some of the reds that are in this palette, so I'm going to go into the color Livin' My Best. It's this really pretty red right here, and I'm going to put that on my outer corner. It's a really pretty red. It's kind of showing up as like a berry red mixed with that other color on my outer corner, and it's really pretty actually. I don't think I've used any of the reds in this palette yet. I've used some of the pinks, but I've only ever used a few of the colors in here. I kind of gravitated to the orange and the yellow in this palette a lot more than anything else, but this is really pretty. So I'm just packing this red, which is Livin' My Best, just on my outer V. And now I'm going to go back into the first color that we used, so Perfectionist, just on a smaller blender brush, and I'm just going to blend those colors together and blow it out a little bit. And then I'm going to go back into Livin' My Best and re-intensify. That's a really pretty color. So now on the rest of the lid, I think I'm going to go in and cut my crease. So I'm going to go in with a smaller brush, so just a crease brush. This is the Luxie Precision Crease Brush, and I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Star Concealer in the shade C2, and I'm just going to carefully cut out the rest of my lid. So I just put the Livin' My Best color on the outer corner, and now on the rest of the lid, I want to go in with, I think I want to go in with the shimmer. So I think I'm going to go into, which color haven't I used yet? Which color will go pretty with this? I think I'm going to go into the color Ride or Diamonds. It's an interesting name. It's this color right here, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. So I'm going to go in with my Luxie, don't even know, it's my double-ended Luxie brush, and I'm going to go into Ride or Diamonds, and I'm going to coat my brush in it, and then I'm going to saturate my brush in the All Nighter Setting Spray, and I'm going to go directly into my lid. That's another thing that I really like about Morphe shadows is they're very pigmented and their shimmers usually work really well. I usually really like their shimmers. It's a really pretty shimmer color. I think that's really gorgeous and I'm liking it. So I'm just going to go back into the first color, which was Perfectionist, and I'm just going to blend in my crease a little bit more. And I'm going to go into that outer corner again, which was Live in My Best, and I'm just going to re-intensify the outer corner. And I think this is just a really simple, really fun, kind of on the neutral side with a splash of color on the outer corner. I'm just going to quickly clean this up, do the same thing on the other eye, and then I will come back to show you guys, well, finish the look with you guys, do lashes, eyeliner, and all that stuff, and then we can finish the under eyes on camera, and I will be right back. Alright, so I've quickly done the other eye and the rest of my face makeup, so I'm not wearing anything that I don't usually use. So I use the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Foundation, well, the tinted moisturizer. I used the same hyaluronic acid concealer, and I just paired it up with my NYX sculpting and contour palette, and then I threw on a little bit of blush from the brand Note, and this is the shade Desert Rose, which is my favorite blush shade. I've been really liking blush lately, so I've been using it. So I think this look turned out really pretty. I'm actually, when I was doing this eye, I was kind of iffy about if I liked it or not, and I was kind of contemplating wiping it off and starting over, but I actually like how it turned out. It looks really, really pretty. So now we can finish up this look. So I'm gonna go in using just a smaller brush. So this is the mini tapered brush, and I'm gonna go into that same red, and I'm just going to sweep that underneath my waterline. It's a really pretty red. In the pan, it looks like it's going to be like a fire engine red, and it also has a little bit of a hint of a sparkle in it. As you guys can see there, well, I don't know if you can see it on my camera, but in the actual pan, there is a sparkle in this shade, and on my skin tone, it's showing up as a berry, and I think that's really pretty. I was expecting it to be more of fire engine red, but I do think that this is really, really pretty. So I'm just sweeping it directly underneath my waterline. And now I'm going to go in with my blender brush and the first shade, which was the Perfectionist shade, and I'm just going to blend those colors together. So the last thing that we need to do is we just need to throw on some mascara and some eyeliner. So I'm just going to quickly go off camera and do my bottom lashes with mascara and use my, this is the Smooth Shadow by Elizabeth Mott in the shade Raven. So just my black liner pencil, I'm just going to tight line my waterline and blend in my lashes a little bit more. Something occurred to me while I was fixing my lashes is the last look that I did, which was my 2 looks 1 palette, was my Melt Cosmetics Merte palette. I did a look very similar to this one right now that I have going on right now without even realizing it in my last 2 looks 1 palette video using a way more expensive palette. So if you guys really did like the look that I did with my Melt Cosmetics palette, my $85 palette, and you really liked that look but you don't have that palette, you can definitely dupe that look out with this palette. So I think that's really funny. I didn't even realize that I did this until I was fixing my lashes going, hey, I really like this look. Hey, I think I've seen this look before. So I'm going to make it a little bit different now, just so that it can be slightly different. So I'm going to go in using a pencil brush, and I'm just going to go into a, what color do I want to do? I think I'm going to go into a hot pink mixed with a little bit of orange. So I'm going to go into my Positivity color mixed with a little bit of Tipsy Girl, and I'm just going to put that on the inner corner, and then we're going to top that up with a highlight, just so that there is a splash of pretty color in the inner corner. And then I'm going to go in, we're just going to keep a Jaclyn Hill theme today. I'm going to go into the Jaclyn Hill. This is the color Extra. This is her highlights from her makeup line. And I'm just going to go in right over top and make that hot pink shimmery. And then I'm also going to just add a little bit to my brow bone. But I don't like the hot pink on that, so I'm gonna go in with just a small brush. This is the Flat Angled by Lexi, and I'm just gonna go and highlight my brow bone. Try to get rid of that pink that I accidentally laid down there. And then for whatever reason, I always forget to do highlight when I'm doing my face makeup. So we're just going to quickly highlight my cheeks with the color Extra. As a loud truck goes by my house. I really like her highlights. I think they are really, really pretty. So this is now the finished look. I'm just gonna quickly go throw on a wig and I will be right back. All right, so I am back. So I just tried to throw on 2 different liquid lipsticks. I tried the Candyland by Jeffree Star and I also tried Doll Parts, but my lips are really dry and cracked right now, so nothing was looking good and it was all just kind of crumbly and cracky. And you know, when your lips are dry and you just can't wear lipstick, I'm having one of those days. So my light moved. Now we're really bright. So I'm having one of those days where you just can't wear lipstick. So this is the finished look for number 1. So like I said, this one is very, very similar to the first look that I did with the Melt Cosmetics palette. I will link that video up in the eye if you haven't seen that 2 looks 1 palette video. But this is kind of it's almost like a dupe for that look that I did. That look, the red is a little bit more of a rusty, darker red. This one's kind of more of a berry pink red, but this is a very similar look that you can definitely get out of this palette. So if you don't already own this palette, this is a really, really awesome palette to get your hands on because it has so many pretty colors. So I said in the beginning of this video that I was gonna do kind of a neutral eye look, and apparently this is all I know how to do for neutral eyes because this is now the 2nd time I've tried to do a neutral look and it's turned out like this. But this is the finish of the first looks. So I am going to come back in a couple of days and we can do the next look. The next look I think I want to dive into these purples and the purples and the pinks probably, just because those are the ones that I have not used yet. There's all of these really, really pretty berries as well that I haven't touched yet, which could have gone in handy with this look today, but anyway. So this was look number 1. So I'm going to do look number 2 maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, I'm not too sure yet, but I will see you guys then. Welcome back to my channel. So we are in the look number 2 for the Jaclyn Hill palette. So as you guys have already seen from look number 1, you know what the palette looks like. It's really pretty. So the last look that we did was we focused kind of on the nude shades and dipped into a little bit of the red, and then it kind of turned out to look very similar to the look I did with my Myrte palette, but at the same time the Myrte palette one was a lot more of a rusty red color. This one was more of a fire engine red, kind of berry almost color if I'm remembering correctly. So today I want to dip into the purples and the pinks because I think they're really pretty and I have not used the purples yet. So the purples are really, really gorgeous in this palette. There's some really, really, really pretty shimmers, like this one right here. It's kind of like a fuchsia mixed with this one. Oh, they're just so gorgeous. So I really want to dip into the purples. I'm going to quickly go do my eyebrows off camera and set my eyes using the Jeffree Star C2, and then I will be right back. All right, so I have my eyebrows on and my base on, and as per usual, it is windy out. So please ignore the wind that you guys are going to be hearing because it is storming, and it's always storming in Alberta in June. So whatever. I am really excited to dive into these purples because I know purples are actually pretty hard to use and pretty hard to formulate. So I'm really curious to see if this look is actually going to work or not. So I think I'm going to dive into some of the maroon colors and some of the purple colors because I think the darker red colors, like the plum colors, maroon, plum, whatever, are going to go really, really well with the purples. So I think I'm going to start off by putting Lolly Mama. So it's this color right here. It's a really, really pretty pink color. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of Positivity, and I'm going to put that all into my crease. So it's really pigmented and I'm really liking it. I don't usually use this brush that often for blending. I don't know why I grabbed it today. I'm going to use a different brush. Just go back into those 2 colors and really blend out those colors in my crease. I like bigger, fluffier brushes. I find that that brush was just a little bit too small that I wasn't gonna get the blend that I really wanted. So I'm going to blend this out and blow it out really far because I want the crease to be really pink, and I have hooded eyes, so I have to bring up my crease color a little bit higher than my crease so you guys can actually see it. Or what's the point? So now I'm just going into a little bit of Positivity, just the only color, and I'm just going to blend that out on the outer portion, really blow that color up. I'm gonna go back into the first brush that I was using, the one that I said is a little bit smaller and not as fluffy. It's more better for getting in precise areas that I know the color isn't sticking. So right on the inner corner here, I wanted to build that color a little bit more. So I'm just going in with a more precise brush. And I like that. I think that looks really cool. I like the, well, cool, it's just pink. I like the ways that these shadows perform, and I like how they blend. So I'm really happy with that starter color. So now I'm gonna go into the outer corner. I think I'm gonna go into the color Crazy. So it is this kind of darker red color right here. And I'm gonna put that all into my outer corner. And let's just see where that takes us. Ooh, it's really pigmented. Hopefully it doesn't go crazy. Ooh. I really like putting dark reds and like plum colors on my outer corner. That's why I did that in my last video as well. But I really like this color, and just from looking at it in the pan and the kick up that I got just on my brush, I knew it was going to be really pigmented. So I am excited for this color. And then I'm gonna put that purple color all across my lid and probably use a shimmer as well. Yes. So I'm gonna go back into Positivity and Lolly Mama and just blend that outer corner into each other a little bit more. And then I'm gonna go back into my tapered brush with Crazy and just keep building that color. All right, now that we have the outer corner color on, I'm gonna go into my Jeffree Star concealer, and I'm gonna go into a smaller tapered brush. So this is my Lexi Precision Crease brush, and I'm just going to cut out basically like half of the crease. It's raining out and it's super windy out, and my neighbor is literally using his leaf blower right now. People are weird. It's freaking windy. What are you trying to do with a leaf blower? They're just gonna blow back into your yard. I don't understand people. All right, so now that I have the concealer down, I'm just gonna go back into the color Positivity with a little bit of Lolly Mama and just blend in anywhere where the concealer may have gone too far. And now we can go in with a purple. So I want to do a purple right on where I laid that color down. I'm going to go in with a packer brush, and I'm going to go into Not My Journey. So it's this really pretty purple color right here. And I'm going to put that all onto the lid. I watched reviews on this palette. I think it was Nikki Tutorials, and she used the purples. And I'm freaking in love with how they performed on her channel. So I'm hoping that they continue to work the same for me. I really like that she put some sparkles in some of her shades. So the last video that we did, we used the color Living My Best, and it was that red color, and it had a sparkle in it. And I can see the sparkle on my eyelid. I don't know if you guys can really see it on the camera, but it really does show up in person. And I think that's really pretty, especially for a matte, just to have a little bit of a sparkle in there. I think that's really cool. So now I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. So this is my mini flat angle brush. I'm going into the same purple, and I'm just going to re-intensify it around the crease. Now I'm just gonna go back into my tapered brush and go back into that Crazy color, and we're just going to rebuild that purple color, or that burgundy color actually, on the outer corner, just so that when it fades into the two colors, it's not such a harsh line. And we're gonna blend it into that purple. Now I'm going to go into my fluffy blender brush with Positivity and a little bit of Lily Mama and just blend those colors together in the crease. Now I want to go in with the color Good Place. So it's just a darker purple color, but it's a shimmer. So I'm going to coat my brush in it, and then I'm going to use the All Nighter Setting Spray, if I have any left. And I am going to cover that purple in that shimmer, just so that we have a little bit of a shimmer color going on here. Wow, that's really pretty. So these purples actually do work pretty well. I was kind of scared to use them because purples are really hard to use, but this one's actually turning out really pretty. I really like it. It does have a lot of fallout though, as you guys can see, but that doesn't really bother me that much because I do my base second. I would never do my base first with crazy colors like this. I would make a mess. That wind is ridiculous. I really need to buy another bottle of the All Nighter Setting Spray, but it's so expensive. I don't want to. I will. Just not yet. Alright, so I'm just bringing that shimmer color out into that burgundy color just so that there isn't such a harsh line. And then I'm going to go back into the crazy color and just re-intensify the outer corner a little bit and blend it into that purple. And just really work the seam into each other so that it looks like it fades seamlessly. Get it? All right. I think that's really pretty. I think that is exactly what I wanted to do today. So I'm going to quickly clean up the under eyes, do the exact same thing on the other eye, and I will be right back. So I'm just coming back to quickly show you guys that the underneath my eyes where the fallout did happen, it is staining. So with these purple colors, I believe some of them are pressed pigments, so they do work a little bit different than shadows, but you can end up with staining, and I'm definitely getting staining underneath my under eyes, which is kind of annoying, and especially if you were to do your base first, that would be catastrophic. So be careful with these shadows. Try not to get fallout underneath your eyes because it's proving difficult to get it off. Alright, so now we just need to finish up the eyes. I just did my full face of makeup, so nothing that I haven't already done on the channel, so you guys can watch my other videos if you're curious to see my full face routine, but I basically use the exact same products literally every single time that I do my makeup, so I don't usually do it on camera, but I just use the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid foundation, well the tinted moisturizer. I paired it with the Pretty Fresh concealer, and I go in using my NYX Contour and Sculpting palette mixed with my blush from Note. This is the Desert Rose color. It's my favorite blush color. And then I used a little bit of the Jaclyn Hill highlighter just on my high points, which I haven't used yet on my eye makeup because I was going to come back and do that with you guys. So that's going to be the first thing that I want to do. So I'm going to go in just with a pencil brush. If I can see my pencil brush, where did it go? Oh, right here. Yes. So I'm just going to go in with the Extra by Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics and just put that right in my brow bone and my inner corner. You know when you get a new pair of lashes and the inner corner hasn't fully curled up yet and it's like poking you? Yeah, that's how these lashes are feeling right now, and they're kind of pokey and they're kind of annoying me. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to finish up the under eyes with you guys. So we are going to go into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I think I'm going to go into that Positivity color. So the first color that we used in the crease, I'm going to use the Positivity color, and I'm going to sweep that underneath my waterline. And then I'm going to go in with just a smaller blending brush. So this is the Luxie Mini Taper Brush. And I'm just going to go in and blend it out and blow it out. And now I'm just going to go in with a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. and I think that looks really pretty and really fun. So now the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill highlighter, and I'm just going to re-intensify the inner corner. And now I'm going to go throw on some mascara, some waterliner on my waterline. I just use the, I believe it is Smooth Shadow by Elizabeth Mott. I'm just going to put that on the tight line of my waterline, and I'm going to go throw a wig on, and I will be right back. So this is what the finished look looks like. I think I'm just going to leave my lips how they are right now because I am going to be going and hanging out with a bunch of my friends today. We are playing, actually we're playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight, so we have some of our friends coming over, and I know we're going to be eating, I think, pizza and drinking. We're going to be making pina coladas, and I just know that I don't need to have lipstick on. So this is the finished look. I think it turned out really pretty. I really like the purple in this palette. I think the purples actually blended really well. They worked really well. The shimmers were really awesome. The pink I already knew worked well, so I'm not really going to talk too much about that. But this entire look turned out really pretty. I like how it blended. I think it looks great. So I'm really happy that I decided to do a 2 looks 1 palette with this Morphe palette from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 collection, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I definitely want to play with some of the oranges next time and play with that yellow, but I've gotten a lot of uses out of this palette, and it's one of my absolute favorite palettes as for blendability, and if you are a beginner into makeup, it is a really great palette to have if you are looking for colors. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below which look was your guys' favorite. I think this look was my favorite. I think this one wins because the last one did remind me too much of the first look I did with the Melt Cosmetics palette, or the second look I did, whatever one I did. It reminded me too much of that look. There was big differences between the two, like the colors of the reds that I used, one being on the last video, the Melt Cosmetics was more like a rust kind of color, and the video that I did in this video, or the look I did in this video, was more of a berry, but it was a very similar look, kind of like a dupe for the Melt one, so I think that's really awesome. But I think this look wins for me for today. I think this one turned out really pretty, and I like it. This eyeliner is a little wonky. This one turned out okay, but I'm still getting better at eyeliner, and I'm still trying my hardest to not suck at it, so it is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below for more content like this, and I will see you guys at the next video. Bye!